Hey everybody, it's Chris Loud. Today I have a new art prompt painting challenge for you that's been on my radar for a little while. And Susanna recently suggested something similar, so I thought I would go ahead and give it a try. This one I almost thought was going to be a little too simplistic, but I actually found it to be a lot more challenging than I was expecting. So we'll see what you think of the challenge. But I will tell you, I really actually liked how this turned out. Very different than anything I've done before. So we'll be interested to see what you think. I'll go over the guidelines. I'll show you the sped up painting demo, and then I'll also show you what the painting looks like matted at the end. So here are the guidelines. So this is a one color abstract painting challenge. You have 15 minutes to paint. If you're someone who struggles with 15 minutes, I'll leave it up to you to make slight adjustments to the time. Choose one color, meaning one specific color. I chose alizarin crimson. You can use one mark making item such as pencil, charcoal, water-soluble wax pastels, etc., but you can only use black or white. I chose charcoal for mine. The goal, make an engaging, intuitive abstract painting using only one color of paint. So as I said, I'm using alizarin crimson for my paint color, and I'm using a soft charcoal stick for my mark making tool. I use a couple of color shapers, a couple of flat brushes, a palette knife, and then paper towel in my hands to blend a little bit. And I just started off by making just some random marks with the charcoal. Had no idea what I was doing, where I was going. Just needed to start putting some marks down and some paint down. And then I do cut this out of here for time's sake, but I do stand back several times and look at the painting. Not quite this early on, but as I'm getting more painting down, I will take some time to really kind of look at the painting, see if I can find something in there that I can work with. Obviously using black charcoal helps me with darker values of that red, and then using water helps me with lighter values of that alizarin crimson. So that's really kind of how I was working with values. With that said, I was not really at this point concentrating on that. I was just getting some paint down and kind of playing and making marks and then really looking at what I was seeing. So why would we want to do this one color challenge? I mean, it's it seems pretty simplistic, just using one color, and this is I would say a little different than doing a monochromatic painting where you're just strictly using that color. I think depending on who you talk to, some people say it's okay to use black and white. I don't really agree with that. I think when you're doing those, I prefer to just do it as a single color and use water to kind of get different values in there. But with such limits to what we can use, it pushes us to think creatively within those constraints. So we put down marks and paint and play with adding water and marks to help change the values of that color. And then we have to step back and look for direction, and that's what I do continuously here. What do we see? What stands out? In what can we work with? It kind of pushes the boundaries of your creativity. So painting this way can enhance your focus on the essential elements of the artwork, such as composition, form, and contrast. So when I flip the painting around, I'm looking for interesting aspects of the current composition. And painting quickly with limits really encourages us to see the random marks and brushstrokes that we put down as opportunities to help evolve the painting. it gives us a chance for, I guess, self-discovery with our art. Intuitive painting can be a way to explore your own artistic voice and style. So when we work quickly and intuitively, we might uncover hidden preferences or motifs or approaches to painting that we might not have discovered with a more planned and more controlled method. We're experimenting and seeing what works and what we like, and for that matter, what doesn't work. But my favorite part about doing paintings like this is scanning the piece and looking for a direction, and then those moments when I find out where it's leading me, and then running with it. To me, that's what makes painting abstract so exciting. And at this point, I really I have those circles that I've made and those marks at the top, and I'm putting down another circle. Those have some interest, and then that line, that charcoal line that I'm playing with now, those were areas that I was thinking, okay, those are the two spots for me when I'm looking at this that were standing out. So I continued to play with both of those parts of the painting to just see if something starts developing there. And then I take a washcloth, or excuse me, a paper towel, and I've kind of played with those circles a little bit, wiping some of the paint away, getting a little bit. But right here, this is where I see where I'm going. You can see kind of, I just pointed to something that looks kind of like a nose and an eye that's kind of squinted. So I'm seeing a face here. So I didn't want to get bogged down with detail, because right away I started thinking, oh, I should, I can probably develop this into a kind of portrait, but I had to pull back, and I wanted this to be abstract, but I also wanted to keep that look of kind of a face. And then, starting to think to myself, what would kind of enhance that? Well, maybe a neck. I've got some circles that I'm starting to think maybe that's kind of an abstract necklace. So I start playing with a neck here a little bit. And then I just kind of keep working that angle. Keeping in mind that I did not want to focus on details with this. So I had to really kind of limit myself on what I was doing. So let me know if you try this challenge, and if you have any suggestions for challenges or prompts that you'd like me to put on my list. I have a great list going from suggestions left in the comments. So I have a lineup of challenges coming, but I always want to add to that. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos like this or other tutorials or art challenges, feel free to subscribe. And we're getting close here to the end, and I'll show you what it looks like matted. So here is the finished painting. I've got a little bit of an angle because I've already varnished it, and there's a little bit of a glare to it. So to show you like this, I'm going to show you different orientations, but if you're like me, once you've seen the face, you can't unsee it in any orientation. I do like this orientation if you can get past looking and noticing the face. So I definitely think this is the one that I prefer. So let me know what you think. Give the challenge a try, and leave me a comment how it goes. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and keep on painting.